People build their entire lives around a being they've never seen. They talk to him. They ask him for things. They trust him with their future, their safety, their deepest fears. Some say he speaks back. Others say he reveals himself. But not to everyone. So what's going on here? Is this faith, or is this a socially acceptable form of delusion? Because if someone told you they depend on an invisible roommate for protection, guidance, and financial advice, you'd probably call someone.
Yeah, and not for prayer.
Let's start with the uncomfortable part. The part people whisper, but rarely say out loud. How do millions of people trust a being they've never seen, heard, or touched? They ask him for provision. They ask him for protection. They ask him for answers. They're told that if they seek him, everything else will fall into place. But how do they know? How do they know their hope isn't tied to the wind? How do they know they're not just talking to themselves?
I talk to myself all the time, but at least I answer.
People say God speaks, but not everyone hears him. People say God reveals himself, but not everyone sees him. So is it faith, or is it a beautifully packaged, culturally reinforced hallucination? Here's where things get interesting. Because while the delusion angle sounds dramatic, it leaves out one important detail. Humans trust invisible things every day. You trust gravity. You trust love. You trust your own mind, which you've never actually seen.
Speak for yourself. I've seen my mind. It's a mess.
We don't only trust what we can see, we trust what we experience, what we feel, what we sense, and what we interpret. And that's where faith lives, not in the eyes, but in the inner world. Faith isn't certainty. Faith is willingness. It's not about having proof, it's about choosing meaning. People who believe in God aren't delusional because they trust the unseen. They're human, wired for purpose, connection, and hope. And here's the twist. Delusion disconnects you from reality, but healthy faith does the opposite. It grounds you. It humbles you. It gives you a framework for resilience, morality, and hope. The question isn't whether God is visible. The question is whether the belief makes a person more whole or more broken.
If your belief makes you kinder, calmer, and less likely to yell at strangers in traffic, I'm calling that a win.
So, is trusting a being you've never seen faith or delusion? Maybe it's neither. Maybe it's a uniquely human act of courage. To hope in something bigger than yourself, to trust the unseen, to walk with questions instead of answers. Doubt doesn't destroy faith. Doubt is the shadow that proves the light exists.
And if the light ever talks back, please let me know. I have questions.
Whether you believe, doubt, or live somewhere in between, one thing is certain. The unseen shapes us more than we realize. Stay curious, stay thoughtful, and as always,
Trust wisely, hope boldly, and don't talk to invisible roommates without at least checking the lease.